Hello, friends. This is off the cuff. I feel called to talk about what I'm feeling. So it's the end of the day on Thursday, and with my work, I get to feel the pulse of what's going on collectively, and I I want to encourage us really to know that whatever it is that you're feeling, there's a lot of emotion right now flaring up. We're all being challenged. None of us are exempt of this, and I think that what my heart is asking me to do is speak up even more. So this live is just, again, something that I desire to put out as a call, like a call. I love my work so much. I talk about emotions all day long, and I get to see, witness, feel what others are feeling, and I think that a lot of people say, how can you be so positive right now? How can you be so optimistic? And I really do know that this is one of the most exciting times to be alive. Exciting in so many ways. And I know that a lot of us have been training ourselves, or life has trained us to this moment in history. And it's going to go on for a while. Collectively, we are going through something extremely important. And I really want to call each one of us out in many ways. The first one is to take care of yourself in all the ways that we know. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So that it starts with us being able to connect with ourselves every day, to ask ourselves what is alive in me right now, and how am I showing up for me. The external world and all the things that are triggering or that are flaring up is inevitable. I've always said this. It is not that I see that there is everything is pink roses and flowers and positivity. No, there is darkness, definitely. And I think that when we can admit that there is a side to this reality, this world, this existence, that's the most important thing, is to know that we are here. We have free will. That it is to not to fall into a place where we get swept away by a side or by the overwhelm. So that's why taking care of ourselves, and I mean that in all the ways. So if you don't have a practice of grounding yourself, of physically moving your body every single day, of connecting with your emotions, with the feelings, and being able to move through them, the time is right now. There are so many ways, and of course each one of us has our own ways to do that. We could have go to the gym is a very wise thing to do, and you don't have to go to an actual gym. You can go for a walk and move your body, and then the next thing that is absolutely a must, and I think that this is a piece where the spiritual part of us. Whether we have a spiritual practice, and I'm not talking about a religious practice, because I know that also has been challenged, but in the privacy of our own hearts, to have a practice where the simple act of contemplating and connecting with a higher source, with a higher energy. Call it God, call it the universe, call it whatever it is that you call that thing that is larger than us, on a daily and moment-to-moment basis is so crucial right now. Discernment is extremely important. I know that, a lot of spiritual leaders now are being like, for many, there's layers of like, wow, you thought that this was a place, maybe it was the place of worship, maybe it was a spiritual guru that you relied on. But there is nothing that at the end is going to connect you individually to that higher source that exists. So whatever that is for you, in whatever way you can find to connect with that higher place, is extremely important daily and moment to moment. You've heard me talk about connecting with your heart, and since every spiritual practice, every religion or non-religion, atheist, you name it, we all have a heart, and the heart has been called the seat of the soul. And to me, that is the safest place that we can be. Through the heart connecting with a higher source, then we're in communion with what gave us life, with what is alive, with what is life-giving. And so practicing that every single day. Discernment is another really important thing that is so crucial, is to be aware of what's happening and to use discernment. And so when we have the capacity to feel what feels right for us and not involve the analytical brain. We all have been programmed. We all, by culture, by education, by our parents, by old beliefs. So when we are not involving our heads to find answers, because if something is disturbing to us, connecting with that analytical brain or with our mind, there is that part, the reptilian part, and then there's the higher mind. There's a higher intelligence that we all have, and we have access to that when we are in a place of peace. So hence the importance of the daily practice of being able to connect to that part of us. So whatever resonates with us, it truly is of our true self. And so that piece is extremely important, the taking care of us first. And then there's a call to how we show up in the world, how we show up with our loved ones, with our family, with our children, with our partner, with our family. And I know there can be a lot that has come up with, like everybody is in this place of what is going on. And the way we show up, and when we show up with this, in this place of connection to us, to our connection to the larger, then we can have relationships, have be able to interact in a way that is conducive for us to shift into this new place where we're all going. And I'm talking about things have flared up because they need to, it's the old. We're going through a transition right now. We're going through the eye of the needle, you call it whatever ways, and it may get way worse than better right now. But just like anything that doesn't belong anymore, that is not working in your personal life and now collectively, needs to come out. That's why that's why it's important to see it. We're seeing it. So we might be seeing it in the large, it may be very obvious to us in the large scale. But if you're reacting to that, that is our own stuff to deal with, because we're being challenged. And it is an important thing to move from, alchemize it, transmute it to what? When you're connected to the higher source, it's always going to be towards what truly in our body feels like our natural, innate state. And that is, you tell me, is our natural state to be in chronic stress, in chronic anxiety? That is survival. And we know that that's just a mechanism that we were built with in order to live and to thrive, to create. We are naturally creators, creative. So we need that creativity to know how to move forward in life, in what we would desire, in the world that we want to build for ourselves. And we know now that we cannot depend on anything external. Structures or things are that purging. So that purging is happening, but we need to know how we're going to move forward now and create the life that we want. So the things that are not working for you in your life, in your personal life, also are to be restructured, to be rethought, to be shifted, to be changed. And for that we need ourselves. It's our lives. It's your personal life that we're all individually working with. So I hope this is making some sense. I know I'm talking in very broad terms, but I think that what I was called to just now, today, to share with you is the importance of having a practice for yourself to take care of however it is that you're handling, you're showing up in your life. So whatever outside is triggering, it's going to reflect back into your home, into your sleep, into the way you operate. So how are you choosing to show up? And what are you doing to take care of yourself? So if help is required, and we all require support. We're not meant to live and to deal with things on our own. We're not designed that way. We're meant to be in community. We're meant to be to have friendships, to have partnerships, to have community, to have people that support us. So if you need support, find support. Ask for help. Develop. If you need to develop new friendships, develop new friendships to take care of each other. We need to take care of each other right now. We need to be sources of support for one another. So take care of yourself. Take care of others as well. And and what you're doing in life to contribute, that is also another source of another important factor here is what are you doing. One of my favorite teachers has a saying that what are we feeding the field? And what that means is that there is a field, an energetic field, what we cannot touch, taste with our senses, the thing that exists everywhere in our immediate environment, in our immediate surrounding, and all the way that ripples out all across the globe and beyond. What are we feeding that field with? We are that important. So it is okay to go through whatever it is that we're going through, but the alchemical process to transmute that, to go through, to use our free will to decide. This is what I want to put out into the field. This is what I want to, I choose. So if you're putting out more stress, more anger, more fear, then are we truly evolving? Are we truly growing? Are we truly transcending? Or are we becoming part of the darkness? Are we falling into that energy? We can choose. And that comes with taking care of you first. So if you don't know how, that's why there are others that have tools, resources, ways. And that's what I want to tell you. This is what I do. And but I'm not coming on here to like I am a way. No, there's so many other ways in which we can go through this transition, this purging, this phase, this humanity shift that we're all going through, that you can reach out and have ways in which you can thrive in this time, and to truly see this as a time of beginning. It is a really exciting time to be alive right now. And it requires for us to decide. If we're here, we chose to be here. We also can choose how we will navigate this time. Are we going to bring ourselves to a place where we are creating new ways? And I am always speaking about the individual and the collective. So individually, I really am speaking to how are you showing up in your work? How are you showing up with your family? How are you showing up? And deciding to plant the seeds of a new way, to know how important you are with all the talents that you were given, that are innate in you, that are maybe dormant, to awaken those and just be. We truly were not meant to follow a structure. We're free. We're in essence, we are free to be, to do, to have what we desire. So I'm going to just land this and ground this just by, and again by saying that I hope that you do have a practice, that you do, that you feel satisfied with who you are being right now that you are feeding the field in your home, in your personal environment, with the way that thriving you wants to show up. And then from there, the sky's the limit. In years from now, we will see a very different place. But that will depend on how you choose to navigate this time. So navigate it from your heart, from the true essence of who you are, and just watch the unfolding. I don't have all the answers, but I know that we will come out of this phase of transition, and we will that we are in the perfect place, in the perfect time, and in the we're here. And what's coming, the best is yet to come. That is the saying that just came. The best is yet to come. So bless the darkness. I know, and I can say that with conviction, because at a micro level in my life, I have gone through that, and that's why I'm not scared in this moment, because it's just a phase, but it's a really big one. It's at a global level, and so I hope that you have the tools, the resources, the people that are going to support you, that you will joyously, to the best of your ability, go into the next phase. So I'm going to leave it just at that. Take care of you. Have discernment. Find your resources. Find your people. Connect with Source on a daily basis. And we will be fine. We will go through this. And let's have fun in the process. It is possible. All right. I'm going to just end by saying, as always, remember to always come back to your heart. More than ever, come back to your heart, to your intelligent, wise heart, who knows way more than sometimes we give it credit for. So when we connect there, we are connected to what brought us to this earth at this time. And there's no accidents that we're here now. Remember why you came here now. Remember that at some level you decided, you chose to be here. It's a big moment. It's a big time. It is, and a really, really exciting time. So activate all your talents, all your dormant, innate capacity. Okay, have a good night, everyone. Much, much love. Nena, I see you here. Perla, I see more. It's the only ones I can see visibly here. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, come to the Love Sprint. Saturday, tomorrow, Friday the 13th, Saturday the 14th, Valentine's Day, and Sunday. It's a 15-minute meditation, the Love Sprint, where we're connecting to heart. We're sending love to ourselves and then radiating that outward.